the Sierra Club, haunted all his life by the loss of Glen Canyon, agreed that Dominy was a good man, even a great American, though very much a product of his times. Like so many of his generation, including my own father, Dominy believed that any natural resource not used was wealth wasted. He had been raised as a boy on a dying farm in Nebraska during the Dust Bowl. His first job as county agent in rural Wyoming was helping ranchers build earthen dams to secure water for their livestock. By his own account, he became a crusader for the development of water. As commissioner of the Bureau of Reclamation, singularly responsible for water policy in the American West, Dominy was not just an advocate of massive water projects, dams and canals designed to tame every river and divert water to the cities, farms, and settlements of the desert Southwest. He was, in his own words, the Messiah. As Lake Powell slowly came into being, with the flow of the Colorado shut down as if by a tap, there was little concern for downstream consequences. In later years, conservation would sometimes trump engineering. But in 1963, ecological considerations hardly entered the conversation. The environmental movement was embryonic. As an organized political force, it would only emerge in the wake of the dam's construction, catalyzed by the outrage provoked as the reservoir above the dam deepened and spread, flooding Glen Canyon, famously eulogized by the photographer Elliot Porter as the place no one knew. The overwhelming national consensus in 1967 called for growth. Albuquerque's population had doubled in a decade. Las Vegas that year had a population of 181,000, Tucson 274,000, Phoenix 763,000. Each of these cities would grow at least fivefold in a generation, with Las Vegas increasing to 2.8 million and Phoenix by 2022 achieving a population of 4.6 million. If few in 1967 anticipated such figures, it was evident to all, as Dominy never ceased to say, that if there was to be any growth at all, it would be dependent on water, stored in Lake Powell. Thus, over 20 years, as the reservoir expanded, reaching in 1963 a maximum depth of 583 feet, extending in length 186 miles, with a width of 25 miles and 1,900 miles of shoreline, Lake Powell, celebrated as a recreational wonderland, became a symbol of human triumph, capacity, and resolve. It stored 20 million acre-feet of water, enough to fill 10 million Olympic-sized swimming pools, a vital repository that made possible the transformation of desert lands that would, in time, be home to 40 million Americans. In 1973, construction began on the Central Arizona Project, a 336-mile diversion canal conceived to bring water from the Colorado, 456 billion gallons altogether, to Phoenix and Tucson, even while providing irrigation for more than 1 million acres, allowing farmers to grow cotton, hay, and alfalfa in the desert. To secure federal funds to cover construction costs, Arizona cut a deal with California that was certain to haunt the state should the flow of the Colorado ever be compromised or reduced. But with water in abundance, there was little concern. That the open canal lost over 5 billion gallons of water each year to evaporation, and another 3 billion to leakage, was considered tolerable wastage, given the scale and benefits of the project. As Lake Powell reached its maximum capacity in 1980, water levels 5 times